We're going to talk about the Backstage view tasks, and we're going to use Microsoft Word for this example. When you open Microsoft Word, automatically opens to a blank document, which lets you just start typing. However, sometimes you need to modify a file from a template. Let's say you want to create an invoice or your curriculum or resume, and you don't want to worry about the settings and fonts and alignment. So when you create a new document, you can do it two ways. You can press Ctrl N, which will open a blank document like this, or we click on the File tab or Office tab, and we go to where it says New, and then there it is. You can select from a document or a template from office.com. Let's take a look at your resume. Let's pick one, and let's say I want to do high school student resume sample. Why do I pick this one? Because a high school student won't have much work experience, and we can easily modify it. Click on download, and there it is. And there's a link to Monster directly, and I'm just gonna type my name and then leave it alone. And go back to my File tab, and I can make some changes to this document. Let's save it first. Click on Save. I call it Resume Example. And there's some information about that document. Permissions. Let's say I want to authorize only people to view it but not modify it, or I want to restrict the people who can view it. I can do it here. I can make the document password protected for viewing or for editing. I can also check for issues. For instance, I want to make sure that the colors I use in the document are colorblind friendly. It can be read by anyone. Or versions. If this document was modified and there's more than one version of this document. Well, let's say there's not much to do. I just want to print this document. How do I print it? Well, there are two ways. If I just press Ctrl P, automatically will send the document to the printer that is the default one. Or I can click Print. I can make some modifications. And we don't want these pop-up to show up. So let's go back to the resume, and it says here, to close this reminder, click the border, which is here, and then press delete. There we go. Goes away. Now I go back to my print, and look how nice it looks here. This is my print preview. At the bottom right corner, I can make bigger or smaller. This is just the zoom. In here I can select the printer where I want it to be printed at, the number of copies. If I have multiple, let's say I have 3 copies, I can select the collate, which means I can print page 1, 2, and 3, and then page 1, 2, and 3 and subsequent, or uncollated, I can print it. I can print all first pages first, and then all number 2 and all number 3, and then I will manually sort them. I can also print both sides of the page. I can make a print here where it says print all pages. I can print even pages and then odd pages to make it print the way I want them, both sides. If you look at your syllabus, that's how I did it. I can change the page orientation, landscape or portrait. There's only 2 selections. Margins. What's the space between the edge of the paper and where the documents start printing? I can make it normal, 1 inch of each, or I can make it narrow, which is half an inch of each border. I can change the paper size to whatever I need it to print. And then I simply click print when I'm ready to do. When I'm finished, I simply click close. And since I made a change, I deleted the information box. I'll say yes. Now, let's say I want to reopen that file. Let's pretend I just log onto my computer. I want to open that file. If I click again on the File tab, you will notice my recent document, which is right here. It is possible that it is not a recent document. So I can click Open and then navigate through the Windows Explorer until I find my document, or I can press Ctrl O and will also open the dialog box. Once I'm finished with the document, that was my resume example. When I'm finished with the document, I can close it by pressing this close button, or if I want to close the application completely, I just X out. That concludes this section. You can try your hands-on exercise on page 31, and we'll continue on with the next video of the Home tab tasks.